Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pelshia, the moderator for the conference call. Welcome to Avanti Feeds Limited Q3 FY'25 Investors Conference Call. We have with us today Mr. C. Ramachandra Rao, Joint Managing Director, Mr. A. Venkata Sanjeev, Executive Director, Mr. Alluri Nikhilesh, Executive Director, Avanti Frozen Foods Private Limited, Mr. Shanti Lata, GM Finance and Accounts, Ms. Lakshmi Sharma, Senior Manager Corporate Affairs, Mr. DVS Satyanarayana, CFO, Avanti Frozen Foods Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touch-tone telephone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand over the floor to Mr. C. Ramachandra Rao, Joint Managing Director. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pelshia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to all of you for this investors conference call to review the unaudited financial statements for quarter ended financial year 25. Mr. A. Venkata Sanjeev, Executive Director, Avanti Feeds, and Mr. Nikhilesh, Executive Director, Avanti Frozen, have joined from the plants. Along with me are Mrs. Shanti Lata, GM Finance and Accounts, Mr. DVS Satyanarayana, CFO of Avanti Frozen Private Limited, and Mr. K. Srinivas Reddy, CFO of Avanti Pet Care Private Limited. To begin with, Mrs. Shanti Lata, GM Finance and Accounts, will present highlights of financial results for the period ended 31st December 2024 of Feed Division and also consolidated financials of the company for the same period. Thereafter, Mr. DVS Satyanarayana will present the financial highlights of Shrimp Processing and Export Division. After that, Mr. Srinivas Reddy will give you the status of Pet Care project as on date. After presentation by all of them, we will take up question and answer session.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Now I will take you through the consolidated and standalone financial performance highlights for the quarter and 9 months ended 31st December 2024. Consolidated financial results for the quarter ended Q3 FY'25. The comparative performance of Q3 FY'25 with that of Q2 FY'25 and Q3 FY'24 have been given in the presentation already circulated. Gross income in Q3 FY'25 is 1,405 crores as compared to 1,397 crores in the previous quarter Q2 FY'25, an increase by 8 crores. Compared to Q3 FY'24 gross income of 1,287 crores, there is an increase of 1,118 crores by 9.17%. The PBT is rupees 184 crores in Q3 FY'25 as compared to 162 crores in Q2 FY'25, an increase of 22 crores by 14%. And compared to Q3 FY'24 PBT of 116 crores, there is an increase of 68 crores by 59%. Comparison of performance for 9 months ended December 24 with 9-month period ended December 23. In 9 months FY'25, the total income increased to 4,343 crores from 4,184 crores in 9 months FY'24. The PBT in 9 months FY'25 increased to 526 crores from rupees 386 crores in the corresponding period of the previous year, mainly due to increase in revenue and decrease in raw material costs and better overhead absorption. The consolidated results indicate net impact of several factors such as increase or decrease in income and expenditure, relating to both feed and frozen divisions, which have been discussed in the following divisional performance individually. Standalone financial performance of feed division. Q3 FY'25 results. The gross income for Q3 FY'25 is 1,077 crores as compared to 1,118 crores in the previous quarter of Q2 FY'25, a decrease of 41 crores due to decrease in the quantity of feed sold. The gross income in Q3 FY'25 increased to 1,077 crores from 958 crores in the corresponding quarter of Q3 FY'24, an increase by 119 crores due to increase in sales quantity by 15,731 metric tons. The PBT for Q3 FY'25 is 166 crores as compared to 145 crores in Q2 FY'25, an increase of 21 crores, about 15%, mainly due to the increase in raw material cost. The PBT in Q3 FY'25 has increased by 90 crores from 76 crores in Q3 FY'24, represented by 180%. So the feed sales decreased to 1,32,049 MTs in Q3 FY'25 as compared to 1,34,897 in Q2 FY'25 and 1,16,318 MT in Q3 FY'25. Comparison of 9 months performance of December 24 and December 23. In 9 months FY'25, the total income increased to 3,493 crores from 3,373 crores in 9 months FY'24 due to increase in feed sales and other income. The PBT in 9 months FY'24 increased to 465 crores from 288 crores in the corresponding period of the previous year, mainly due to increase in sales and other income and decrease in raw material costs and better overhead absorption. As you know, the major raw material prices are fish meal, soya bean meal and wheat flour. The noticeable development in this quarter is softening of two major raw materials, that is fish meal and soya bean meal prices, resulting in improvement in the profitability. The prices of these raw materials keep fluctuating since their production is based on agriculture and fish catches from the ocean. The price of fish meal decreased in Q3 to 93 rupees per kg from 105 per kg in Q2 FY'25 and from 128 in Q3 FY'24. In case of soya bean meal, their prices reduced to 46 per kg in Q3 FY'25 from 49 in Q2 FY'25 and 53 in Q3 FY'24. However, the wheat flour prices increased to 35 per kg in Q3 FY'25 from 32 per kg in Q2 FY'25 and 31 per kg in Q3 FY'24. While on one hand the raw materials are instrumental in determining the margins, on the other hand the status of aquaculture activity conditions such as climate changes, diseases, etc. determine the consumption of feed in terms of volume, which will have an impact on the overall performance of the industry. Favorable climatic conditions supporting farmers has made the farmers to reharvest from September, extending the season up to December 2024, raising higher consumption of feed during Q3 FY'25 compared to that corresponding period of the previous year. To sum up, in general, FY'24-25 was expected to be a challenging year for the aquaculture industry, both in respect of shrimp production as well as global demand for shrimp export. In spite of the challenging conditions, your company had better capacity utilization to the plants for 2025 and the shrimp feed consumption in 2024. On the basis of estimated shrimp production of about 10.5 to 11 lakh metric tons of feed consumption is estimated in the year 2024. The company's feed sales during the 9 months FY'25 is 4,25,537 MT as against 4,09,689 MT in 9 months period FY'24. So, shrimp processing and export. India's seafood exports touched 17,81,602 MT, an all-time high in volume during the fiscal year 23-24. Frozen shrimp remained the major export item in quantity and value, accounting for a share of 40% in quantity and 60% of the total dollar earnings. The company's shrimp exports during FY'24 was 13,443 MTs as compared to 12,497 in FY'23, an increase by 946 MTs. It is estimated that the exports during FY'25 would be around 15,000 MTs. An update on the fish feed plant. As reported earlier, the company will import fish feed from Thai Union Feed Mill Limited and conduct trials of fish feed under Indian conditions. Once the product performance is approved and accepted in the market, the production in India will be taken up for domestic sale of fish feed. Now, I will hand over to Mr. D.V.S. Satyanarayana to present highlights of shrimp processing and export division.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, everyone. Now, I would like to take you through the financial highlights of shrimp processing and export division. Q3 FY'25 results. The gross income for Q3 FY'25 is 328 crores as compared to 284 crores in Q2 FY'25, an increase by 44 crores representing 15%, mainly due to increase in sales quantity by 420 metric tons, representing 12%. The gross income in Q3 FY'25 decreased to 328 crores from 330 crores during Q3 FY'24, a decrease of 2 crores representing 0.6% year-on-year. The sales volume during Q3 FY'25 decreased to 3,843 metric tons from 3,990 metric tons in Q3 FY'24, a decrease of 147 metric tons. Although volumes decreased in Q3 FY'25 compared to Q3 FY'24, the sales value remained almost the same due to higher average selling price realization and favorable FX rates. The profit before tax for Q3 FY'25 is 18 crores as compared to 23 crores in the last quarter, that is Q2 FY'25, decreased by 5 crores. The PBT decreased mainly due to increase in raw material prices and also the ocean freight rates. The PBT in Q3 FY'25 is 18 crores, a decrease from 40 crores in the corresponding quarter, that is Q3 FY'24, primarily due to increase in raw material prices, impact of CVD, increase in ocean freight and also depreciation arise from the new plant. Comparison of performance of 9 months ended 31st December 2024 with 9 months ended 31st December 2023. The gross income for 9 months during FY'25 was 855 crores as compared to 820 crores in the corresponding 9-month period of previous year, that is FY'24. An increase of 35 crores in the gross income during 9 months of FY'25 is mainly due to increase in sales quantity by 428 metric tons, representing 4.3% growth. The PBT in 9 months FY'25 is 68 crores as compared to 104 crores in 9 months FY'24. A decrease in PBT by 36 crores is mainly on account of CVD, increase in raw material prices, higher ocean freight rates during the year and also new plant depreciation. Now I hand over to Mr. K. Srinivas Reddy to update the status of pet food project.
Thank you, Mr. D.V.S. Satyanarayana. Good evening all. As you know, company has tied up with a Blue Pillow Company Limited, Thailand, a well-known pet food and pet care product manufacturing company in Thailand, for setting up a joint venture company in India with an equity investment by them along with the transfer of technology. We are pleased to inform that Avanti Pet Care has successfully commenced trading in cat food from January 2025. It's our first product range under the Avanti Pet Care brand, that is Avanti First, starting with the cat food. This is a significant milestone in our strategy to enter an Indian pet food market, as we have a plan to import a pet food products from the Blue Pillow, Thailand. Till such time, Indian factory commences production and sales. Currently, our products are available in 5 cities in India, that is Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Bangalore and Hyderabad. And we are working diligently to expand our reach across the entire country, ensuring availability in markets in near the future. As informed in our earlier investor Concall, the company has purchased about 30 acres of land to set up the manufacturing facilities. The planning for the state-of-art manufacturing facility in Hyderabad is in progress. Now I am handovering over to a GMD sir for sharing a future outlook of the industry.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivas Reddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give a brief of what is happening in this year, both shrimp culture as well as the shrimp processing and export. To start with, the season has started, the first season, which is the major aquaculture season for India, that is started from almost middle of January, and it is progressing really very well. So the climatic conditions and other factors have helped to take off very smoothly, and with the good farm gate prices, the farmers are very much interested to increase the area cultivation, and also total there will be we are expecting the production will continue successfully throughout the first season without any disturbance. As we see today, we do not have any major hurdle as far as the culture is concerned. So we expect that the production would be on the same levels as in the last year, and maybe slightly about 5% more than what was in the last year. As regards the value-added processing, as we move to value-added products, we see value creation as not many competitors are focusing, and people will have ready to eat as well. However, the levy of CVD, which is at 5.77% now by US, is an additional burden to the export of shrimps to US, which is the largest export market for the company. Keeping this factor in view, the endeavor of the company is to expand its global markets to other destinations like Japan, Korea, EU, Middle East, for which all efforts are being made by the company. Overall, the global market for shrimp expected to be stable in 2025 compared to 24, maybe with a marginal increase by about 5%. The focus is on demand for value-added products, which is gradually increasing, and processors are see better margins in value-added products. The company is working with this objective to maintain its margins. I think with this conclusion, we will take up the questions from you. I think Felicia can start with the question answer session.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. First question comes from Nitin Avanti from Incred Equities. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. A few questions from my side. Firstly, could you share the timeline for the pet food plant in Hyderabad?
Yeah, see, we are expecting that, the land has been purchased and we are in the process of, getting the approvals, survey and other things. And also we are in consultation with Bluefalo, Thailand. We are preparing the drawings of the factory and list of plant and machinery, indigenous, imported, and other civil works. All this planning work is progressing. So once we start, we are expecting that by end of 26, we should be able to come out with our own production by end of December 26.
Okay. Okay, understood, sir. So second thing I wanted to ask you was, what is our total capacity as of now in the processing segment? And with all the, because right now, if I'm not wrong, all our capacities have come on stream, right?
Yes. Which one you are saying? Processing. Yeah, I think Niklesh. Yeah. Please complete the question, Mr. Nitin.
Yeah. So in the processing side, we were working on additional capacities. So if I'm not wrong, all our capacities are completely on stream right now. So cumulatively, what would be our total capacity on the processing side?
Niklesh, would you like to take this question?
Hi, Nitin. Right now, like we're scaling up the production. This is a labor-intensive process. We have over 2,000 workers working at these facilities, so we need to train them and everything. So I would say currently, during the season, we're at full capacity. Off season, because there's no raw material, it's a very seasonal business, so we would say about 50%. Net through the year, we're about 60 to 65%, and this will be scaled up to at least 80% in the next 4 to 5 quarters.
Understood. Could you give the number over here, metric ton wise?
Maybe it's a difficult number to give, Nitin, because there are different products that we run. Like if you say tempura would require a lot more manpower and the production would be much slower. So maybe we can have a separate discussion if you send an email to give an exact number on the metric ton. It's a lot of assumptions. So those
I agree with you. In the nature of the industry and the variation in the product will have a impact on the final output. I agree with that. Hence, even if you cannot give a number, if you can give a range, that would also work.
So we're talking raw material about 28 to 30,000 tons in the next 4 to 5 quarters.
On the raw material side?
On the raw material side.
Okay. So of course there'll be deductions from this and the final product will be made.
Yeah, depending on what product we're
correct.
Finishing.
Understood. So last question from my side. You have, in the beginning of the call, there was a commentary in which the major raw materials used in the shrimp feed bit were discussed. If you could just shed some light on the current stance on all the 3 products.
Would you like to answer the question, Shanti?
See, the fish meal price is slightly going up. It is expected around 96 to 97. And the soya remains stable, whereas what we are worried about is the wheat flour, but we are expecting the fresh crop. So the wheat flour is around 36 rupees right now.
Yeah.
Understood.
We are expecting a fresh crop in March, so we are expecting it to little bit reduce. That is the only thing which has been increasing trend. Otherwise, the rest remains stable.
Right. As you know, I may add to what Shanti said, that as you know that the fish meal is majorly dependent on the fish catches and also export market. These are the 2 criteria, the major pricing influencing factors. So we have been seeing that catches have been pretty good, and also because in production in Chile and Peru, which are the major supplying countries of fish meal to the world, they are producing more, and there is no demand for exports from India. So that is one of the reasons where the prices are looking more stable. With maybe around 100 rupees, we are expecting that it should be varying between 95 to 100 rupees. That's what we are looking for as far as the fish meal is concerned. As far as as rightly said by Shanti, that we are worried about wheat flour, because India has been producing substantial quantities of wheat, but however, the policy of the government for food security reasons, all the crop is being purchased by the FCI, by the government, by making MSP, minimum support price, and the millers have been given only a limited quota for building and making the flour, and we are mostly buying the flour. So the prices of these wheat and wheat flour are dependent on the pricing by the FCI. So earlier, the policy of the government was that FCI was allowed to sell a portion of their total wheat stocks as a open market sale. That was the policy that the government of India had given to the food corporation. But now the government has stopped that open sale, and the entire production of wheat is being purchased by them. And we are hoping that somewhere in this year, the government may look for a portion of it to be for open sale. Then when the wheat is available in the open market, the prices are likely to be lesser compared to the FCI prices. We'll have to wait and see how number one, the total production, how much FCI policy for procurement on behalf of the government, and what is going to be open sale. So this is one area where we are really worried. But we see that it should not go abnormally high, but it should be around 36 rupees, 37 rupees, it should be 35 to 40, it should be between that. But it is really a bit of concern. And as far as the soya is concerned, we are pretty stable, and we have been able to get the quantities. And as you know that our margins are mainly dependent on these raw materials, and as long as we see good margins, as long as the prices remain at this level, I think this answer will answer your question.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Kamal Sharma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. Sir, my question is about the pet feed business. So earlier you had indicated that you will share the numbers related to the overall market size, and maybe just to add on that, do we have the visibility on what is the kind of revenue that we are targeting in this business segment, and the kind of margins that we would get?
Yeah, I think, do you have Venkat Sanjeev? The numbers? Are you having readily? I think we are also looking for it. We have the data we can share with you. The total, Nancy will read it out.
See, the pet population in India is around 40 million. So out of that, dogs are 32 million, which is 80%, and the cats are 8 million, which is 20%. The market size is expected to be around 50,000 million Indian rupees, growing at a 20% CAGR year on year. So it is expected to go between 15 to 20%. So the total market size is around 221,000 or around 225 to 3 lakh metric tons. So we are expecting to make a entry into the market. So we are as of not sure, but the market size is 3 lakh metric tons overall.
Yeah, Mr.
Pet food market.
Can you throw some light on what is the present market situation and what are our objectives to get entry into the market, and what are our strategy that we are going to have?
Because on this 3 lakhs also 50% is an imported feed, or more than 50% is imported feed.
Yeah. Over to Venkat Sanjeev.
So as of now, as Ms. Shantilata said, the market size has been increasing at 20%. We've just launched our cat food recently. It's been a month. The acceptance of the cat food is very good. We are placing it in stores in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore. We're looking to further expand to the north of the country after consolidating in the south. And also we're going to launch, we have only launched one flavor as of now, and we're going to launch a few more flavors in the coming months, and also the dog food maybe by July. What will be the turnovers and the revenue we have to look at after the first 6 months, because we are also very new to the market and just entering. We have to see the acceptance from the market and etc.
Yeah, I may add to what Venkat Sanjeev said, that it is true that because we are the new entrants into the market, and we are very confident that because the first launch has given us a very promising entry beginning, so we will be working on that, and gradually by July we will get into the dog food also, which is exactly the volume wise it is higher, 80% total consumption of feed. So that is where the value comes from. And our endeavor is that our brand should be established before we start the production on our own. That makes us much easier to get into the market at higher volumes, maybe down the line by end of December, by end of 26. That is what our target has been, and we are very confident of it.
Mm-hmm. And so does it offer a better margin than our other business lines, or is it similar, lower? What is the expectation?
Yes, please go ahead.
As of now, we are importing, so the margins would be lesser, and also we are spending a lot on marketing. So as the volumes go up, the margins would go up, but as of now, the margins I think would remain low. We have to look at the first few months to understand how much is the margin.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, the market is something like three tiers: super stockist, retailers, and although the chain is very big, very long. So we have to see how much the total margins available, how much sharing among the stakeholders, that we'll have to see. And we only, as rightly told by Mr. Venkat Sanjeev, only our experience in next 6 months or 1 year, we'll get more clarity on that.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Next question comes from Jasdeep Walia from Clockvine Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, thanks for taking my question. Sir, in the shrimp feed business, exports is what percentage of sales as of now, and do you see scope to increase exports in the feed business going forward in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, the export of feed, we are making lot of efforts, even to the Middle East, and we are exploring the markets there. So there are Bangladesh, there is always some trouble state which is getting, and Sri Lanka is like that. So initially we have a very good response from Bangladesh, but simultaneously we have in Middle East also. We should be able to increase our export sales, and they are giving good results. Venkat Sanjeev, can you throw more light on this export to our Middle East?
So we've already we are importing a little bit to the Middle East, and we have gotten good results. We are searching for new partners. We are getting a lot of inquiries for the feed. I think we'll start increasing in the coming year.
So what are exports as a percentage of volumes in the feed business is at what level as of now?
As of now, it is around 1 to 2%.
Okay. Got it. And any target you have there to, increase this number to some level in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, around 10% we would like to reach.
Okay. Got it. And so could you also throw light on what has been happening in Ecuador, and what's your sense on, whether, they will keep on increasing production or there are some, let's say, issues there on the ground on account of which you expect that the production is going to be a little bit subdued in the next year or so?
Yeah, Nikhilesh.
Hi. So right now, Ecuador is by the largest producer of shrimp when you take on raw material basis. However, India and Ecuador differ in the products that we offer. We specialize in peeled and cut material, whereas Ecuador specializes in head-on and headless material. So when we go into, India is moving more into value-added products, and you will see that happening in the next 2-3 years, that India produces more value-added products and gets onto the map. Where Ecuador, because of the limitation of population, the population is about 20 million if I'm not wrong, whereas India is 1.5 billion. So then they just don't have enough of the workforce to do value-added and peeled and cut material. Even though they do a small quantity, that's not a bulk of their production. So
So my question was not on the shrimp processing business. My question was on just the shrimp production part. That's it.
Okay.
So how do you see shrimp production scenario in Ecuador as of now?
It's quite stable right now. They won't be increasing, scaling up the production like 30-40% like they were doing in the past. So we have to see what will happen. But I think it's going to be a fairly stable year for them and not much increases.
Got it, sir. And sir, also could you tell us when is your fish feed plant coming online? And what are your, what kind of investments has gone in? What kind of peak turnover can that plant produce?
Sir, as of now, we've just started our trial. We're going to start our trials. So after the trials are done, we're going to plan the investment into the plant.
Okay, so there's no formal investment proposal for putting a plant on the ground as of now. You're just testing the market. That's it.
No, we're testing the feed, sir. We're testing the feed. We're importing the feed from Thailand and testing it. We're testing the results.
Yeah, that is acceptance and adaptability of the feed from to Indian fish culture. So only once we get a foolproof, because there are many species also. It's not one. No, am I right, Venkateswar? Yes. There are other species also. We have to nearly identify which species are going to be more profitable, more in demand, and there's a lot of work that is going on that front to see that the fish feed really, when we start it, it should make a very successful project. That is our endeavor is that we are working for that. In fact, some samples have already come and we are now, we want to start as soon as possible.
So once this testing process will be complete, then you would think about, what kind of capex you want to put into this business.
Exactly. So we have identified certain fish culture farms and with different species, and we are trying to test the feeds of different types for each of these them. Over a period, we will see the results and how it is in cost, results, what is the benefit that is going to come. All these factors have to be taken into consideration, and estimate of the market also is required to be did. What pricing compared to the local prices that feed manufacturers are offering. So all these aspects we are working on that. And when we come out, we should come out with a good feed where the farmer gets a benefit out of it. That is the work which we are doing on now.
Got it, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. That's all.
Thank you. Next question comes from Mithun Aswat from Vivag Advisors. Please go ahead.
I wanted to understand on the pet food division, you mentioned that right now you are importing and selling in the market. What brand is this under, and when do you expect the pet food plant to be ready? And how much of that would be used for domestic and exports?
No, the first question I didn't get. Can you come back on that? The plant which we are expecting this will be ready by end of 26, December 26, where the project will we are working for that. It will be completed by 26 and start December 26, and commercial production will start then. But the first question which you asked, I didn't get it. What was that?
No, I just wanted to understand what is the brand under which you started.
Okay. Venkatesan, can you explain that?
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. He got dropped from the call. I'm connecting him, sir.
Oh, dropped.
Avanti first.
Hello?
Yeah, participants, kindly stay connected while we connect Mr. Sanjeev on the call.
Venkat,
sorry, the lines got cut, sir. The brand's name is Avanti First. Will be launched. The cat food has already been launched, and the dog will also be launched on the same name, Avanti FURST.
Okay. And just wanted to understand, this plant that you're putting up is for how much capacity? What is the metric ton?
Yeah, see, we are working on those details because we want to see what type of feed, how it should be, how much capacity depending upon the market. So we want what is the optimum capacity, what we can produce, and what type of machinery and all those things. We are working on that. Maybe next it will take about minimum, I think, 3 to 6 months to come to concrete, numbers on that. So, and that's, we have started just now the cat. We will also see the market reaction, how much we are able to take, and all these things, what is the requirements, and then we decide what is the numbers. Because there are already well-established players in the market, so we need to compete with them. So these are, it will take some time to give you the numbers.
And so the pet plant, the pet food plant, that is mainly for the domestic use itself. You will not export.
No, it is only. It is for the present. It is only for domestic market because, as just now my colleague told, so there is a lot of demand for pet food in India itself. There is the growth of pet population and also the demand for feed, ready-made food that we are giving it. So I think we need to concentrate more on the domestic market now and establish ourselves. Then we can think of exports. As of now, we don't have plans to export.
Right. And during the 9 months, we've seen good margins on the shrimp feed business, but the shrimp processing business has remained under pressure. So just wanted to understand what is the outlook for the coming year?
See that I think I made this remark in my earlier question that the margin mainly depends on the raw material prices. We have seen that. I think if you look at our track record for even nearly past 3-4 years, we have seen that the price is going up and coming down because of the raw materials. So the raw materials really have softened, and it is now like fish meal and soya. These prices are good because all the three products, fish meal, soya and wheat flour, constitute the major portion of the raw material. If the raw materials prices are stable, we continue to maintain the percentage. Maybe it is ranging from maybe 7% to 10%. We keep our margins. It all depends on how the raw material prices are.
Right. I'm talking about more on the processing side. We've averaged between 13 to 15%, but I think this year, 9 months, we're at 11%. So just wanted to get a sense on that part of the business. I've seen on the shrimp feed side, you've seen
I'll answer that question. So see, the duty CVD that was imposed by the US government, it's a new duty, right? If you remove that duty, I think it's like, it benefits the margin to move up. So that's a important factor. But this duty is periodically reviewed, where we give our arguments to the US Department of Commerce, etc. And it's usually, like in the past, we've seen that, they revise it depending on the quality of information given. And it includes the government, the association, the different stakeholders, etc. So in the short term, even though there's a margin pressure, in the long term, this will slowly stabilize. Point number one. And point two, price increase is a gradual process, the price transfer to the consumer. It doesn't happen overnight. So slowly the price transfer to the consumer is happening. We can see that by higher prices in the US market and buying levels at a higher price currently. So this is a slow step-by-step process. So short term, there might be pressure, but long term, again, it's going to be, again, stabilized and get back to normal.
Right. And just my last question is just on the shrimp feed production and sales. We've been hovering from FY18 about 4,30,000 to now 5,30,000, and FY22 was 5,40,000. I'm just trying to understand what is the kind of growth that one can envisage over the next 3-4 years. Is it going to be a little cyclical up and down, or is it going to be, at least a high single-digit growth on a year-on-year basis?
See, I think there are several factors to answer this question. The one is that the basic thing is the area of culture, the year-on-year basis. So once the area of culture increases, automatically the feed consumption also increases. That is number one. Number two, even in the culture also, it is not necessary that every farmer who has a farm, the pond will go for culture. It depends upon the market price. What is the farm gate price? And the third one is the climatic conditions, which will have a great influence on the culture. So, see, there is always these factors keep the entire aquaculture activity in more or less the same level, stable with 5 to 10% up and down. There will not be a serious, a big jump of 20%, 25% year-on-year basis. It will be stable because the area is more or less the stable, and the climatic conditions keep changing, and the market prices are volatile. All these things into consideration, we do not exactly say that this is going to be the trend which is going to increase. And as Mr. Nicholas said, the global market is also there. So these factors will actually rather influence the total production of the shrimp feed in the country year-on-year basis. So we normally expect, next year we are expecting about a 5% or 10% increase. That because this year the culture is good, the prices are good. So this year we are expecting that it will be better by 5% than last year. That is how the projections and budgets are made for the feed. Okay.
Right. So I'm just trying to say longer term for the company as a growth driver. Obviously, these businesses of shrimp processing and shrimp feed will be stable. Would the growth drivers be your pet food and the fish feed foray that you're looking to enter? Those would be the growth drivers?
Yes. The philosophy of the company is that we should focus more on the areas where we are strong. Like, organic growth, let us say feed related, food processing. These are the areas where we have a lot of, experience, expertise, and good collaborators with us, so that like Thai Union, which can, in association with them, we can only grow in these areas. For example, in the marine products, we have already the export market, value-added products, we are increasing on that front. And simultaneously, we are also working on the domestic market, and this is going to be a very really good business, but it requires a lot of work, because it has to be on par with the pricing levels in the local markets. So it is our endeavor to keep on these things expanding, and also pet care is another very big and very good area where we can really achieve, because we have the experience in our dealership network or in the feed manufacturing and raw material, economies of raw material. All these factors go a long way in really strengthening our pet food also. So I think fish feed, pet food, then the domestic market will be the future growth drivers for us, so that we can strengthen the value to the company and shareholders, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. I request the participants to restrict to 2 questions in the initial round and join back the queue for more questions. Next question comes from Samir Deshpande, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Congratulations for the excellent results. And from your commentary, it seems the outlook seems to be good for the coming quarter and the next year also, based on the current raw material prices and the culture season, which has become on a good note.
Yes.
So, I wanted to know what are the exports as a percentage of our sales? With the last year we had 5,500 crores of revenues. So total exports were how much?
20%.
20% will be our export.
Acha. And out of the USA continues to be a large market for us, about 70% of that.
Yes.
Acha. And so as you mentioned that this countervailing duty, which was levied on our Indian product, was higher. So currently the margins may be under a bit of a pressure in the short run, till the prices improve in the US market, or we are in a position to reduce our costs by some means. Is it correct?
Niklesh, can you answer this question, please?
Yeah, there are 2 things that we're doing. First, we're reducing and trying to optimize our costs. That process has already started.
Yes.
That's point number 1. Apart from a general cost optimization effort, like we're putting it as one of our main goals for this year. Second, we're concentrating on higher value products which don't attract duty. So those are, that is the second. We've always told in the past several quarters that value-added products is what we're focusing on. So that's what we're doing right now. So to mitigate that risk. And the third one is also that we're focusing on other markets. In the past, we used to have a lot more focus into US, but now we're looking a lot more into other markets as well. And you can see it over the past few quarters that the US market share has been coming down slowly from what it was averaged in the previous years. Okay. So those are the 3 types of efforts we're doing. Exactly.
Europe and Middle East and etc., which you mentioned.
Exactly. And Asia. Yeah.
Okay. And the custom duty in the budget was reduced on 2 products significantly, from 30 to 5% or 15 to 5%. Does it help us in any way reducing our raw material cost?
Yeah, see, are you referring to the raw materials? No, but the raw materials did really affect not much, because the effect was in fact the reduction of customs duty on feed import is actually it is a disadvantage for us, because if the 15% to 5% they have reduced, so the imported feed competition will go up. So in fact we have made a representation to the government, because India has more than adequate the capacity to produce shrimp feed. So much higher, more than 5-6 times annual consumption we have got the production capacity. Right. We told them that there is no need, and already most of the foreign companies which are known for this feed are already present in India, and so they are already producing the feed and supplying to the market. So we need not have to import and at a concessional rate. The prices which these things we have brought to the notice of the government. It will take its own time to realize it and take corrective action. As far as most of the products, raw materials nowadays we have started when we are using domestically. And very limited items are being imported. We have got good fish meal, good fish oil, good fish lipid oil. We have got mineral vitamins and premixes. Everything is available in India now. So there is not much of imports involved, and it does not really make much difference by reducing the duties on that. Okay.
Can I ask a last question? It is regarding this PLI benefits which we have been receiving. Did we receive anything in this quarter, and what it likely to be anything in the coming quarter also?
Yeah, you can. Satyanan and SGF will answer this.
So, PLI is not a quarterly benefit. Basically, it is an annual incentive which is given by the government on incremental sales as per the guidelines of PLI.
Yes.
So, for the year, for the last financial year, we have filed the application with the government. It is under review, so which is being expected to be released in the month of April 2025.
April 25. So it is not likely to received in this year.
No.
And is it quite substantial, around 30 crores?
No, it is not substantial.
Okay.
It is.
Thank you. I request the participants to restrict with 2 questions in the initial round and join back the queue for more questions. Next question comes from Sachin Paul from MC Research. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. I just wanted to understand what's the scenario for the production as well as the near-term outlook on the...
Your voice is breaking.
Your voice is breaking.
Your voice is not audible, so I request you to speak a bit louder.
Yes. So I was saying that I just wanted to understand what's the outlook on the production as well as the farm gate prices on the domestic front. Since we've had a pickup, we had a slow start in terms of sheep feed volumes in Q1, and that has kind of picked up. We have exhibited a 14% growth in sheep feed volumes in Q3. So how does that translate into probably the farm gate prices and the production on the domestic front?
See, we are expecting that 2025 should be a stable year without much volatility. At least for the first crop, our expectation that it should go on smoothly because the farm gate prices are, as of now, it's good, and the feed prices are also good, and the climatic conditions are also good. They are able to really go on stocking very, aggressively in the last 1 month. So we expect that the first crop, which will go up to June, July, will be very good. That's what we are expectation. But of course, always with this thing that anything can happen, like climatic conditions may change or farm gate prices may change. But by and large, we see that first crop will be very good. And if the same levels of prices are maintained, even the second crop also will be good, total making the year 2025 definitely stable than last year and maybe slightly more than last year.
Okay. Could we see some softening on farm gate prices on the domestic front since the feed volumes have picked up and the production is anticipated to pick up in line?
Your voice is again breaking.
I was saying that could we see some softening of the prices on the farm gate side since that the volumes have picked up on the shrimp feed side? So.
No, that is very difficult. I think Nikhilesh.
Could you repeat the question? I'm saying that could there be some softening on the farm gate prices since sheep feed volumes are picking up and the overall production levels are anticipated to pick up in the next 3 to 6 months?
We don't have any, we don't anticipate any major price decrease. Our policy as a company is to ensure that the farmer gets a fair price. We sell at a fair price at the market as well. So we don't anticipate any large price decrease at the farm gate price.
Okay, understood. And the second thing is again the digital shrimp processing side. So we've had a spike in the freight cost internationally. So how is that shaping up?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
I was saying that on the shrimp processing side, the margins have been impacted by higher freight costs. So how have they been trending recently, considering that there have been some opening of the Suez Canal and there have been some reduction in the freight rates internationally?
So I don't think still there's large number of shipments passing through the Red Sea, Suez Canal area. The prices are still firm, but we hope to get a lower a reduction this year when things normalize. The Middle East has been quite turbulent the last year with the Israel war and everything. So nothing really changed in that part. But we hope that this year the prices will soften on the freight.
Okay. And what would be the freight costs as a percentage at this point?
Mr. Sachin, your voice is not audible, sir.
I'm saying what would be the freight cost as a percentage at this point of time?
Do you want to answer that, DVS?
Yes. It is around 8%, 8 to 9%.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. The last question of the day comes from Tom A. Karaval from Geodit Financial. Please go ahead.
Hello. Regarding the pet food, do we have any planned capex? And what is the total capex already done? Or what is the planned capex for FY'25-26?
Capex, they just put the...
So, it's a capex we have already incurred a land purchase about around 36 crores. Further, the plant and machinery will be around 60 crores.
The major expenditure so far has been on the land. We have acquired about 30 acres of land near Hyderabad. So we have bought the land and we are now getting it surveyed and all those things are happening. But the work of preparing the drawings and civil works, plant and machinery imported, and domestic machinery, all these details are being worked out in consultation with the Bluefalo Limited, Thailand. So it will take some time to give the exact numbers as to the cost. What is going to be the cost of the project, how much is the civil works, how much machinery and other utility buildings. All these things, I think it will take at least 4 months for us to come to a definitive numbers. They are at least the projected numbers. We'll be able to share with you maybe next or after that quarter meeting.
Okay. And one more question was regarding the CVD. You had mentioned that some higher value products will not attract CVD. Is it RTE products?
Niklesh?
No, it's not RTE products per se, but it's higher value product, like value added products, like ready to fry, something like that.
Ready to fry?
Yeah, it's value added products is the category, right? Like you look at breaded shrimp or like something like a tempura or a samosa, something like that. It's not just commodity shrimp, it's value added shrimp.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference call for today. Thank you for your participation and for using Doorsabha's conference call service. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a good day.